What's going on, guys? Kevin here to bring you a brand new video. Today we're going to be going over day 16 of Horror October. And for today's film, the film that we decided to watch is Revenge from 2018. It's a Shudder original movie, or Shudder exclusive movie, I guess you could say. But yeah, I got Shudder, so this was one of the movies that was on my list to watch, so I went ahead and watched it, and it's really good. I really liked it throughout. For most of the movie, it was pretty entertaining, pretty gory, a lot of nudity. This movie definitely doesn't hold back when it comes to like its graphicness. But yeah, it's pretty good. The only thing I didn't really like, and this isn't really like the movie itself, is just that like the synopsis says that like after being left for dead, this girl seeks vengeance on these three guys. But for a while, the movie wasn't really like that, and for a while, like these guys that were like that she eventually like wants to kill were actually like not bad people. They were just people who were all married and were having an affair with her, or they were having an affair with their wives with this girl. And at first they were like nice to her, and they were actually like cool, and they were just like playful, and obviously wanting to have sex with her because that's what guys do in movies like this. And eventually, things got out of hand, and they did become assholes eventually. But at first, they weren't. So they weren't like as bad of guys as guys in other movies have been, like say The Last House on the Left, or like probably I Spit on Your Grave. This movie is like it's what's referred to as a rape and revenge movie. So like movies like I Spit on Your Grave are like that. And I've thought about watching I Spit on Your Grave. There's like 5 movies of it, but all of those movies are badly reviewed, or they don't have good reviews. So I never bothered to check any of them out. Even like the original I Spit on Your Grave from like way back when doesn't have like a good rating. So I just never bothered to check any of those out. But this one looks good, and it had been on my list for a while. It was on a list of like most like fucked up horror movies, so like that's how I kind of found out about it. But honestly, it's not that like fucked up. It's just like really violent and a lot of nudity, just pretty graphic in general. But it's really good. So it's about this girl who nearly gets killed, and I'm not sure how she survives this, but she gets pushed off a cliff and gets impaled like right here, like down here, and when she gets pushed off the cliff, and she somehow survives that, which I do gotta say, like I find that a little unrealistic that you could survive that, like falling like 20 feet and then impaling yourself like right here. um I don't think you would survive that, to be honest, and I think that was kind of unrealistic. And like she took like this like hallucinogen to like numb the pain from like having to remove this fucking log out of her stomach. So that was pretty crazy, and like the hallucinogen like made her like see some like crazy shit, and that was pretty cool. Like she kept like seeing herself getting killed, and just like a bunch of like weird things, and I really like that part of it. But yeah, she eventually seeks out all these guys, and of course they split up, which they kind of make fun of the fact that they were stupid for splitting up. Like at one point, like the guy like says like, "Why would we split up?" But they end up splitting up anyways. So it's funny like that. But they end up splitting up, and she kind of just like kills them one by one in like a lot of like cool, like in interesting ways. Like one of the guys, she literally stabs in the eye with a knife and kills him when he was about to drown her. The other guy was about to run her over with a car, after she had somewhat wounded him and hurt his foot with some glass. She was about to run. He was about to run her over with a car, but she ends up shooting him, like just in time, and somehow like getting out of the way, which was a little like because like he was like coming at her with the car, like straight on, and then like she kills him like right as the car is coming towards her, and somehow she moves out of the way in time, which doesn't really make sense to me because even when you kill the person, their foot is going to be on the gas, and the guy was like flooring it, so obviously his foot was still on the gas, I assume. So if you die while your foot is there, your foot is going to just like give out all of its weight onto the pedal. So if anything, it would have just like kept revving, and it probably would have run her over. So I think that was a little bit of like a flaw in logic, but it's a very like small thing. And yeah, and then like the final guy, this is great. Like she goes back to the house where she was, and like she goes back to the house where she was, and her and this guy are both like trying to like hunt each other down with their own guns, and it's like super intense because this guy is like just walking around looking for her, and she's doing the same thing, and they get into like a battle. They keep like shooting at each other, and eventually like she wins out, and it's just a lot of like good intense fun throughout. And this guy she fought at the very end was like naked the entire time, so it was like, ooh, okay. Yeah, and he was like looking for her like after he like took a shower. He was just like walking around like butt naked, like all right. And at one point there's like a comedic timing thing where like the TV comes on, and it's like an infomercial or some shit, and it's like right in the middle of like them trying to find each other, and I just like found that like good comedic timing, like to just randomly have the TV come on as like this guy is like looking for her. So that was just like funny to me. Weirdly enough, like you could, I guess you could say this is a foreign film, but like it's kind of not. It's weird because the girl is like American and only speaks English, but she doesn't really talk a lot in the movie. But when she does talk, she talks to the guys in the movie, and she talks to them in English, and they talk to her in English. But when it's just the guys plotting, they talk in French. So I don't know. And honestly, I think there's more dialogue between the guys overall than between the girl and the guys. So there's more like French dialogue than English dialogue in the movie overall. But I mean, it, I mean, it's just like hard to say whether it's really like a foreign film though. Like what qualifies as a foreign film really? Because she does like speak English when she does talk to them, even though it's like not a lot. When she's like fighting them, she doesn't like talk to them at all. Um, and like at the end, when the guy is like trying to like kill the girl, then he's like speaking English. But like I don't know. It's also just like really funny to like meme about like the fact that these guys just like wanted this girl so bad, and it's like the classic like guy who wants the girl but like can't have it meme, and it's just like fun to see like that primitive depiction of guys, because some guys like are really primitive like that with just like wanting girls, and it's just funny to see that meme with that. Like, when this one particular guy who ends up raping this girl, like she was like trying to tell him that she just doesn't want to like uh doesn't doesn't like him, and that like he's not her type, and then he's like, why am I not your type? And then he like goes on to like rape her, and just like but like he gets what he deserves in the end though. So yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie all the way through, I'd say. If I had to give it a rating, I give it an 8.9 out of 10. Pretty good rating. And it didn't really bother me at all. Like the gore, you know, she was also like picking this thing out of her, um, with all the blood and shit, and I was like, I like this. This is fine with me, and it was fun to watch. I liked it. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to see more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.